probably, I'm not going to be able to have my fan on though. It's blowing everything around. A little less. We'll do a little less and see if I can live with that. All right, everybody. First thing I'm going to do, my workspace is already set up. I'm going to sanitize my hands. I'm going to work on maintaining a clean work area. You can use nail polish remover to clean the nail. She clearly does not have any nail polish on, so I'm going to just use one of my little lint-free cottons. Remember that you can use torn paper towels if you don't have these, obviously, you know. And so I'm going to pour, I'm going to use my nail polish remover to clean the nail. I'm going to put that over my trash so that it comes out safely. And I'm just going to wipe off the nail beds. Clean them. Start the process here. Put this in the trash. Okay, so we clean the nails and remove the shine, remove the nail polish with nail polish remover. Okay, we're going to gently push back the eponychium. I'm going to use my metal pusher, and we're going to do all 5 nails. Remember how we're going to hold the nails safely, and we're going to push back the eponychium. I want you guys to remember to do this every time, because you're definitely going to have to do this at State Board when you do your sculptured nail. So these habits are important. Nothing's coming off, but I just did that. This moves everything away, you know, in the cuticle area so that when you paint, it will be nice. And last one. Okay. So it says now we're going to buff the nail, remove the shine with the medium abrasive. So I don't know why it says buff the nail and then I want you to remove the shine with the medium abrasive file, but I'm going to use a file for this, not a buffer. So we're going to remove the shine from the nail beds. So same thing that we've done. We're just going to, you don't want to go that hard. You're just going to come in and remove the shine from the whole nail. Remember to hold the sidewalls back, especially when you're doing any kind of filing. It's really easy to get in the habit of wanting to do this, wanting to stare at it and get close, make sure it's there. They need you guys to really practice client protection and holding the sidewalls back, especially when you file. Okay, so I'm going to move to this one. No seesaw. Work with the nail bed. Bevel. I should remove the shine from all the nails. And if you feel like you need to still file the nail a little bit so the nail fits on there nicely, We want it to, should be kind of like a little bit of an oval shape that you created. Just going to come back in and do this. Make sure my nails are ready. Okay, I'm going to put my file down. I'm just going to take, you can take your TPT. I'm going to take one of these. If you feel like there's a lot of dust there from that, you can just wipe these down. You don't have to have anything on it. That's fine. This goes in the trash. Okay, the next step is we're going to apply the nail dehydrator. Remember, after we apply nail dehydrator, you do not want to touch the nail beds, the nail tips, because your hands have oils and grease on them. Put this in the frame here so you can see. Apply the nail dehydrator. And the last one. All right. So I'm finished with my nail dehydrator. I'm gonna make sure you close the lid because I feel like mine wanted to fall. Okay, so now we're going to, we apply the nail dehydrator. We're going to choose properly sized nail tips for the nail plates. Take time to prepare them. Make sure they cover the nail plate from sidewall to sidewall. So I'm going to show you what it means to take time to prepare them. So I'm going to choose my proper nail. Well, this one I filed the other day a little bit. So I'm just going to start fitting them on the nails. Seeing if that's going to be the one. You need it to cover, remember, like I said, from sidewall to sidewall. That is too small. And this time, remember, I'm using the nail well. And you guys, can you guys all see there? The position stop is where you can see the well. It's where the well ends and the rest of the nail begins. Can I see a thumbs up that everybody can see that that is where the position stop is? Okay, thank you so much. Good, thank you. I appreciate that. It helps me so much when you, okay, this one looks big. So I know you guys cannot see this that well. Let me move some of these things to the side and I can move my laptop a little closer. Okay. All right, so let's find the right sized nail. So I'm trying this one. Okay, this one still looks pretty big on the sides. I might have to do a lot of filing, like maybe I filed this a lot. I don't know. Okay, give me a couple more tries here. Let's see what this little, oh, I think I found it. Okay, so this one fits in there really nice. It goes to the position stop really well. So before I go on to work, you can bend the nail up to work with it. I'm gonna file this properly. You definitely want to rough up this nail. It's a little wide on the sides here, hangs over a tiny bit. So I'm gonna file those. I'm gonna file around the edge of it, and then I'm just gonna file the tip of my nail a little bit because that little bit of filings is gonna help when I put the glue. Okay, so it fits really well, goes to the position stop, covers 1/3 of the nail. I just wanna do a little bit of filing. I don't wanna file too much. So I'm going to file the sides a little bit. I'm going to file the end. Now, this is a helpful hint. So I don't know if you can see, but I have filed the nail in a little bit. A helpful hint is to bevel the tip of the nail. So I'm going to come on the top of it and I'm going to file it down, because what that's going to help with is I'm going to have to do less filing on the top of the nail once I do this. So I'm filing the top of the nail a little bit. I'm beveling it downward to help to make it more flush when I come in. Does that make sense to everybody? Yes? I'm beveling the top. All right. So I filed the sides. I filed the sides in on both. I filed the top here and I filed downward so I can bevel it. So it's less filing for me to do when I get my nail on. Okay, so I'm going to put this back on and see how it fits. Great, that looks really good. Okay, so I'm probably going to demo 2 nails for you guys today, just for the sake of getting started. So I feel happy with this one. I'm going to leave this one here. I'm going to do the index finger. Don't fall, please. Okay, so I'm going to come like this. Remember, I'm not touching the nail tip at all with my fingers. So, okay, this one looks like it's going to be good. It looks a little wide, so I'm going to have to do some filing for this one as well. So I'm going to file the sides. And remember, we're going to bevel the top, so we have less filing to do later. But these are abrasive, so you don't, it's kind of like, it's better to not have such a firm hand, especially when we're dealing with the tips. When we're doing acrylics, you can have as firm of a hand as you need. It's going to be filing, filing, and more filing. But this one here, we're going to be cautious. So let's see if I can get really close so you guys can see this come on and how nicely it fits. Go to the position stop. Up, I see, I wasn't straight in because I could see some room on this side. I feel like that's going to fit really nicely. Okay. So I'm going to do 2 nails for you guys, a demo of 2 nails. So like I said, once you feel like they're filed and ready, let's say you're going to have all 5 out, okay? I'm just going to lightly file this on the tip so that the glue is going to mesh with the filings, and that helps adhere the nail a tiny bit better. I didn't put that in my notes, but it's super helpful. And then we beveled this down. Now, you can put the glue on the tip of the nail, or you can put the glue on the nail. I personally like to put it in the nail well. So we know where the nail well is. But you can put it on the nail tip. It's okay. I can do it both ways for you today. So I'll put this one on the nail, in the nail well, and the other one I'll put on the nail tip. So again, I'm gonna do about like 1 really big drop here. Whereas when we put the nail bid, it was 2 drops, and that was because it was, I think I need my T-pin. The nail beds are bigger, so we use two drops of nail glue. Okay, come on. Come on. Okay. Okay. I'm going to do one drop. You guys will get the hang of like what you think works or how much you need. Okay, come on. Give me one good drop here. Get in that nail well. Okay, very nice. All right, now remember, we're going to use the position stop method, but it's really important to know that you come in at a 45-degree angle. So this would be a 0 degree, this would be a 90 straight up, 45 degrees. I'm going to come in at a 45-degree angle. I'm going to hit the position stop, and I'm going to, can somebody tell me how long I'm going to hold this nail? Anybody?
10 seconds.
Thank you. 5 to 10 seconds, but 10 seconds is better. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And when I do that, luckily, there's no air pockets. Everything looks really good. It's fitting nicely. I think it fit really well to the position stop. Sometimes if you feel like you want to put a little bit of glue down here, that's okay, but you don't want to over glue, that's for sure. So it kind of just slides down in the nail. So where I'm putting this is underneath. I can't really see, it actually looks like I'm adhered really well. If you feel like there's a gap between your nail and the nail tip, you can put some glue. I think I'm okay. Remember, these tips are gonna go through a lot. Okay, so we've got one on. And remember, you wanna have all 5 laid out so before you start gluing them. So make sure we do that. So now I'm gonna go to my next one. Just gonna check it again. Okay, that looks pretty good. All right, remember, I want you to, it's not on my information sheet, but I want you to file to rough up the nail bed a little bit with your nail file, because that, the filings really work together with the adhesive to hold the nail on there. They blend together. All right, so I'm gonna get one really good. Oh, did I say I'm gonna put the glue on the nail tip this time, okay? I'll put the glue on the nail tip. I personally like doing it in the well of the nail, but I'll show you both ways. Whoa, hold on here. That one moved a little bit, so I think I do need more glue underneath. Hang on, come on. This glue moves like a turtle. Okay, there we go. And also, if you feel like you need it, it's okay to put the glue. I'll show you a situation of where we're going to put the glue where the nail tip meets the nail bed. Okay, so this time I'm going to put the 1 drop of glue on the tip versus in the well of the nail. That's, like I say, that's up to you. I want to get one good drop on there. Cover that up. Put my, okay, come in, position at a 45-degree angle. 45-degree angle like this, come into the position stop and make sure, hold for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You can let go. That looks pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna let them dry for a little bit more. Last time I put a little glue underneath to go down into between the nail and the nail bed, if just in case. Just stay real close. Come on. These things are really hard to like squeeze, so definitely at its own pace. Go down there, beautiful. Okay. So this is what we're looking at before I start to file. Want them to cover from sidewall to sidewall. What you can do, okay, so now you will have applied all 5 of your nails. I personally think it's a good idea to cut them right now because, you know, why file with all this nail on there, you know? So once I feel like they're dry, I'm gonna let them dry. It does say that. I have to cut first. So it says, continue the same application procedure to all 5 nails. So I did 2. You will continue to 5. And then it says at this point in time, trim the nail tips to match the length. Now, right now, I'm going to be okay with what length you want. It's, you know, this is where sometimes you can have your style. Some of you are going to like really long nails. Some of you guys, you all are not. You're going to definitely want to be, since we're just doing nail tips right now, at least 1/4 of an inch over the nail underneath that we created, 1/4 of an inch over. And then it can be your style, right? Just so you ever know, in case it's a $50,000 question, I like squoval nails. Some people may like coffin nails. Some people like stiletto nails. The really pointy ones I jokingly called witchy poo nails one time, and one of the students last year always only did witchy poo nails just to be fun. And so that was fine. When you go to state board, you're going to want to do a pretty standard nail because it's not the good time to do really like eccentric nails, but we'll talk about that when we get to acrylics. So at this point in time, I'm going to hold the top of the nail because I just glued it, and I'm going to get my length. I'm going to make sure that it's at least 1/4 of an inch over the end of the tip underneath. And I like to use my clippers to cut the nail bit. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to go shorter. I'm not a real long nail person here, so I'm going to go a little shorter. You can hold on to the top just to make sure it's on there really well. That's even a little long for me, for my taste, but for your taste, it might not be. There are going to be nail filings all over my house. Any questions so far? I think this one's a little long for me. Now, it does say to use, now we're going to come in and file, okay? I'm going to lift this up a little bit. It does say to use an abrasive board. Remember, this is a very fine area. You've got the person's natural nail, and then you've got your tip. And you want to, it's a careful situation. You want the nail tip to be flush with the nail bed, but you don't want to create a hole. You don't want to wear away the nail bed that we created because it's just a nail tip, right? So we're going to just start filing with caution. Again, always client protection by the way I'm holding the nail. And it's just the same, no seesaw. I'm going to bevel that area. And what we're trying to do is we're trying to make the nail tip very flush. Always having client protection. I probably could have beveled these a little more, filed them down a little bit finer. So I think focus on that because I can really see a bump here. So does everybody know what I mean by that? And you can always also take the shine off the rest of the nail while you're doing this. Bring the sides into it so they're nice and flush. Start to work on your shape. The shape that you like. If I'm going off camera, I'm sorry. Any questions right now? Remember, really practice client protection, holding the sides of the nails down. Coming along, where is it? I can see and feel that I've got a big bump there, so got a lot of work to do. Want to use that abrasive nail nail board, nail file. Okay, can anybody tell me if they feel like that's getting a little more flush? Starting to look a little more flush up close. It's hard to tell on camera, but flush meaning so that there's no, when you feel it, you don't want to feel the difference. Also, you don't want to create a hole, so there's a fine line. Now, one of the tips that we can do, if you feel like you're filing too much and you still feel like you need to file more and you feel like it's getting too much, you can always use a little bit of glue over the area where the nail bed meets the nail tip. That reinforces what you've been doing and it adds you a little bit of room where you can continue to file. I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to buff a little bit right now and see what I got. See how I'm doing. Buff for shine. Of course, I can't see anything. Okay. I don't know if that helps, that little bit of light, but it helped me a lot, tremendous. Okay, I have to work on the sides a little bit. No, I want to use this one. A little bit of a lift there. And then the other side, I've got work to do. Hey, look, I'm looking at my light here. Okay, I feel like I've got a little filing to do on one side. A little more filing on this side, and then I'll be better. And then I'm gonna start on the other one. Any questions so far? Okay, I'm gonna work on my other nail. Get the shine off the whole nail plate. Hold the sidewalls for client protection. Any questions, anybody?
How long should this take us?
The filing?
Well,
I mean,
just
it's gonna, until you get your groove, until you realize, okay, you're not gonna make a hole in it. It should, it's a good couple of minutes, maybe 5 minutes each nail, maybe, and then you'll start to get faster.
oh yeah, I just meant like ideally doing the whole like nail tips, like to get an op and everything.
Oh, so you're gonna get 1 op per nail. So once you finish one hand, you'll have 5 nail tips because you need 50.
Okay, cool.
And the amount of time, I want you to follow all the steps in the beginning. It's gonna take a minute at first, But the good news is, yeah, you get 1 tip per nail. I think I'm a little cautious on these. I got to tell you. So last year, I don't know if you know how like I get evaluated because I'm on tenure and people came in my class. And of course, Miss Knowles evaluated me on nail tips. And what do is I put a hole in one. So, right where the nail tip meets the nail bed. So it's like, that's the last thing I want to do right now. And get the feel for it for yourselves, This one's coming out nicer. It makes me feel like I beveled this one a little more. You want to take the shine off the rest of the nail. You really want it to feel really smooth. You don't want to feel any lump at all. Okay, so this one I feel on this side. So with the nails, there's going to be a lot of sending me pictures or sending pictures or looking up close, and it's still really hard to tell. So sometimes you could see the spot where the glue is, but you can't feel it. Okay, and then you can shine, shine, shine. I want to make sure you can't feel where you started. The nail tip came to the position stop and it meets the nail bed. You can't feel the spot. This one, I'm guessing that I beveled this middle finger better when I prepared this part of the nail and I filed it down, because I feel like I really like the way the middle finger came out, and the other one, I feel like I would see a spot when I paint it. So it's just you're going to keep practicing. It's just a practice. Okay, so when you're finished with this part, remove the shine from the rest of the nail. You shape the nail, so make sure you create the shape you like. Remember, I like squoval, so I think I came up with a good squoval shape. I'm removing the dust, and then I'm going to paint the nail. Okay, so any questions? Ms. Martinez, you can stop the